So in this video, I'm just going to go over this utility planner module and the FIP core module that has some game-specific code that also is built on top of this module here, and of course all the other ones. The sensors is not needed at the moment because Altissia doesn't need it, but this will be needed when the combat section of the game is done. But this is almost done. This module is almost done. And this module is going to be focused on next for Altissia because it needs to be done next. So, but for this video, I'm going to go over these two here. So this is the test level. There's about 50 to 60 boars on screen. Depends on how they're generated. It's random. And there's mostly adults, and then there's a few babies like this one right here. Oops. And you can see they all have different behaviors. Like this one's about he just went to sleep, and these ones are eating over here, and then he's wandering around. But you might see like that one, he fell asleep, and this one fell asleep after eating. It's based on what they need to do most, like if they're more hungry or more sleepy, or if they're bored. They're mostly bored, they're not tired or hungry, they'll just wander around. So yeah, so the system can be used for all sorts of agents, but I just did boars for now, and I'm going to go over how that's all set up. So first I'm going to go under the data folder, under FIP core content, and open it up, and you get this FluidUtilityAIPlanner agent asset. So if you want to create a new one, you just right click, go under the fluid section, and it's the second one right here. You can open it up, and you get your editor. I'm just going to go over the one I already made. So it's for animals. So first you can start off with the settings. So I set an event board I want to use, so it's a blueprint. I'll explain that one later. Update interval, how often does your agent want to update to recalculate what it wants to do? And this third one will be explained in the performance section of this video. So yeah, then you got utility model. So this uses utility AI to determine what it wants to do. So this AI can wander, drink, eat, or sleep, and whatever's higher takes priority if they come out to the same value. So, and then you have these submodels are like the children of these models, so they inherit all these possible things it can do. So this one's a boar normal. So you see I have these values over here. That's gotten over from this. So here's our curves. So it's between the value 0 and 1. It's a decimal number. So you put an input and it will adjust the input based on the curve, and then you get your output. So here's the different curves. You got your drink curve. So he wants to drink more than he wants to eat. So he's gonna get thirsty faster, but he's gonna want to wander most of the time. So it's down the middle. And then our sleep is over here. It's under here actually. So here, our sleep curve, he just wants to sleep all of a sudden. That's just how I set it up. You can adjust the curves how you want. So over here in the details, I give it a name, boar normal. This is a normal type of boar. Let's say you have an angry boar. You can create an angry boar. Say that's like a fight value here. So I'm going to right click, create a new one of these. And this one would be like boar angry. So then you can just plot these here. So let's say you have a fight curve. It would just be more drastic on this one than on this one. That makes sense. So then you have your modifiers. So different animals want to do these tasks differently, right? Like let's say you have a wolf won't act like a boar, so that makes sense. So right now, for wander, it's just modified to wander around self-location radius. That's what I've just used for that one. So it's going to wander in its general location, and then eat. It's going to eat foliage because that's what boars can eat. They can eat other things, so we can have I'll change this later. And then under tags, I just tag it as a boar. We'll get to why I did that later. So that's how this asset is set up. So then under blueprints, I have this under game mode. This is where I'm telling my game what actions I have. I'm adding agent actions, and then I'm using these let's see, one sec. Let me dock this. So I'm using these values here and any ones I could possibly be modified, and then I'm assigning them to a blueprint agent blueprint action. So I have some here for this one's in blueprints, and these are the C++ versions. So I have a wander, eat foliage, sleep, wander around, whatnot. So I assign what ones I'm using here. Alright, so we'll look at those right now. So in the blueprints, I have AI, and we'll go over to event board first. So I'm going to right click. So right click to create a new one. I'm just going to show that. You just type in Fluid AI, and you get your options here. So you get your event board, and then you also get your agent blueprint action. So an event board is defined in this module here. So you can inherit off of this in blueprints or in C++. Right now I just have it done in blueprints only. So this is the animal one. So we set that here. So, oops, sorry about that. So once this agent is, sorry about that. So you have these events here. So these are the same ones over here that you get when you create a blueprint of this type. So under start, when the agent's created, I just give them a agent a random eat value between 0 and 50. Like I said, this is between 0 and 1, but I use integers here, so this is going to turn into a decimal. So just think about that as 0.50. I just do that for performance reasons and memory management. So, but yeah, that's going to turn to 0.5. And then I do it, same thing for the sleep. So, but just a little more drastic. So basically through 0 through 1. So yeah. So that's how that works. So that's how the agent will know what its input are. So then every update, before it calculates what it wants to do, I increase the eat amount a bit, and then I do the same thing with sleep. This is as an example. You can calculate these values however you want. That's just how I did it for this demo. So that's the event board. So that's how that works. And then you have your actions here. So this is the wander one. This is the only one I made in blueprints. So you can see when I start, so our wander is, our actions are defined here, the definition here. So this is all the things you can do. So just like before in the event board, you get all these events. So under start, so when the action is starting, for wandering, I just get a random target location, That's what this does. And then under tick, when we are actually wandering every frame, I move the character to where we want to wander. Then I check if we got to that location. If we have, then I set the agent or force update. So this will basically internally be set to 0, and then it will be updated. The agent will be updated. And then I'll clear outputs. So what this basically does, it won't care anymore about what its previous task is. So it's going to go back to the start. So it's going to do this again if it still wants to wander. Let's say if I didn't do that and I uncheck this, it's going to go to the restart one because it's the same action over again. That makes sense. So yeah, that's how that works. And then I set up the other logic and code. So it's under FIP core subsystem. So I have a sleep action definition, eat foliage, wander around stuff location. I did a C++ version. And yeah, so then there's the code for that, the actual code. So I'm not going to go into that. So you can make your actions in blueprints or C++, depending on how you want to do it. So that's how that's set up. So that's like the logic for the board. And then, yeah, that's how that works. So I'll go over the food system quickly. So I have this foliage static instant mesh component in here. And right now I just give it food underscore boar. And then this is for omnivores, so type so it's what an omnivore can eat. And I go on to foliage and actually let me open up my level. So now you actually see it. So under these ones, these are what the boars eat. So it's right here. I just assign that component right there under component class. So these are going to be registered for the boar to eat. Yep. So let's go over how the boar blueprint is set up. So under actors, animals, I have two types of boars, one for the adult, one for the cub. I'm just going to go over adult here. I'm just going to go over the AI section right now. So I used a subsystem I made. I find a submodel of this tag from this asset. So this will be this asset, and it will be, oh boy, it crashed. 1 second. I'm sorry about that. That's a bug that sometimes happens because of the custom editor. Sorry about that. So let's go back into it. So I like I was saying, you get this submodel. I'm finding one with the boar tag, so it can be random. That's just how I have it set up. So I get the first one actually that's found, and it's gonna be this one. And then I create an agent. I keep it in memory over here as a value. And then I bind the agent to this actor, the location. So I just update the keep track of the location of this actor and bind it to the agent, so the data can be used in these actions here. And then here I also, this is where I set the food group right here. So Yeah, that's how you create an AI. It's pretty simple. So there's a tool to see what your agents are doing at any given time. This is useful to debugging to make sure that you're doing the right things. So I'm going to click the tilde key to open up console command, and I'm going to type in FluidUtilityAIPlanner debug.1, and you're going to see all this text that pops up over the agents. So that's what their task is, the action they want to do. So let's say you don't want all this text on the screen at once because for whatever reason, you can put in a value of 2 and it will clear it, and there's 3 keys here. So it's pretty simple. You just have to look at the agent. So I'm going to click one key to see what he wants to do, and then you can press the second one to remove it, or you can add multiple ones here, and this third key will clear it all. So to set what keys you want to use, you're going to edit project settings, and then right here, Fluid AI Utility Planner, it's on the game. So you can set your keys here, and you can also set the text of the text color, depending on perhaps like what level you're on, so it's easier to read. So I'm going to use a tilde key to open up the console command. I'm going to type in Fluid AI Utility Planner. I'm going to use a stat version. I'm going to click enter, and you're going to see the statistics for how long it takes the system to update. Right now I set all the agents to only wander so we can get a consistent reading, so they're all doing the same thing. So we're using the blueprint action system to update our agent actions, and we're using blueprint version right now. So right now it's about 0.38 milliseconds the update, but we can do a lot better than that. So if I go to blueprints, then here, the game mode, I switched this action to be the C++ version right here, and you're going to see that our performance, once it stabilizes, is much better. So about 3 times to 4 times performance increase. So that's a lot better. But we can still do a lot better than that. So you're going to see we have this update agent actions right here. Custom here. So if I go to data, AI, back to our animal asset, do the settings, and I'm going to click custom right here. I'm going to save, and I'm going to click play, and you're going to see here's our custom code. Is about twice as fast as our blueprint, the C++ version of blueprint action system. So that's defined in this function right here, under FIP core subsystem, and it tries to update all the agents at once, and right now it just does the wandering code rather than having to call the functions and classes for like these ones right here. These all inherit an action class. That's pretty slow. I have to call these functions every time, so it avoids doing all that. It's a lot faster.